Hello everyone, my name is Draconicrose and welcome back to another episode of Rimworld. So last episode we started up a good little mining project for our compacted machinery, and we start off right with a heat wave. Now a heat wave is not going to be all that bad. We do have coolers and places where people can get their temperature normalized. It is going to be bad for these reasons, and for that I also want to allow medicine over here. So let's add the herbal medicine and some plant matter to this. So our resources, plant matter. So that way these plants over here should be taken in. Hopefully, yeah, they did get taken in, so the heat wave is not going to be that bad. Now we do have some new mods, most specifically this one you can notice here, that is more planning, which will help me out making, well, plans, to be honest. Right now it's not very useful because I'm just using normal planning, but in other scenarios it will be or should be. At least it has been in my other solo plays. I do have other stuff, but as usual I will let you know about them once they come up. And I don't remember if I had mentioned this last episode, Rimworld has been added back. It's just too useful to not to have it. So yeah, Felix has finished up all 6 of these components. Now, what did we need the components for? Here we go, for the ergonomic beds, because they, for some reason, ergonomic beds take components. Not entirely sure why, but okay, fine, that's fair enough, I suppose. And we're going to upgrade our storage, as I've said before. Oh, look at the animals helping out with the hauling. That is very good. And yeah, we'll let people do their thing. Now, I did discover that Michael can actually meditate in his throne room, or more likely I discovered that a pawn in my other place can meditate in his throne room, and that brings me to this little mod here that shows which weapon people have equipped, so I don't have to like scroll through them and see who has what. Very useful, and yes, it does change. As you can see here, it's Sage. She equipped her hatchet to do plant work, so I changed to that, but now it's right back to her little pistol. That is very good. We also have this mod that is level up. It's telling me when people, well, level up. So Roxy has now reached level 16 in construction. That means that this bed is going to come out pretty good. So let's wait just a little bit and see if it does. I have a wardrobe here. Is this from... I mean, I am going to assume this is from better furniture or extended furniture. Yes, here we go. So, wooden wardrobe. No, vanilla furniture expanded. There we go. Small sleep effectiveness bonus to all beds. So, yeah. So perhaps we should actually increase the size of the bedrooms or move the sarcophagi. Either way, we're starting to get enough of them that maybe a mausoleum is not a bad idea. Now Makar over here has a destroyed tail, and we do have a prosthetic animal tail to give him, so we're going to go ahead and not do it apparently. Why? Is there a research that we need to get? I am not sure. And yes, I did remove the tech level so that I could have a more compact research tree, because it is quite difficult finding things in here otherwise. We do have animal healing, and it doesn't lead to anything. Let's try and look for like simple animal prosthetics. So we do have that, so what? Not entirely sure where that would go. animal bionics, but it doesn't really seem to be anything that we're missing. So why can't I install a tail? Let's take a look. Fits all animals. A dog set, animal prosthetics. Install animal. Simple animal prosthetic tail. Yeah, we do have that. I don't know. We have minimal skills, so... Curious. I wonder if it's a bug or if I have to select a medicinal animals bed or something. Let's see. I do that as medical. I don't think it's the same mod. No. Doesn't seem to be. And we have a new recruit. Muffalo has joined. So, Muffalo, welcome to the colony. I will take care of you in just a moment. Does that mean our prisoner room is now unused? It definitely does. Ah, sad days. Well, we're going to leave it going anyway, because, you know, the animals also come here to eat and stuff. So that's fine. I'm kind of curious about this tail. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'll have to take a look. Maybe I am missing something. But that is unfortunate. We'll leave it there and see what comes out of it. So we do have a bed. Whose bed is this? Pawns want to sleep together. Ah, Blade and Marcus. Yeah, I think that is them. Yeah. So let's go do that. We get Blade, we get Marcus. And there we go, they can sleep in the bed. So Felix gets that one. This one can be a medical bed again. Oh, aha, there's another square of compacted machinery for us. So that is good. Might just set up traps here, to be honest. That would be good, because sappers will try and come in here. And they'll get, you know, destroyed by the traps. So visitors have arrived, but they do not want to enter because of the temperature. We're going to ensure safety because we can like try and get their temperature well good enough. We're gonna close this one because there's no way that that little fan can keep both rooms at a good temperature, so we're just gonna make sure it keeps the guest area good. So we have visitors, that's fine, and we have finished waste disposal. Now, waste disposal is something added by Vanilla Furniture Expanded, and we can see that it adds a bin and a large bin. Large bin to help keep the area around it clean. Slowly removes trash and filth in a 20 cell radius. So this is a good outdoors kind of thing. Where do I want to put it? Like over there? No, that doesn't look good. But honestly, I'm not entirely sure where else it would be. Like somewhere over here, perhaps? Yeah, okay, let's put it over there. And then we have the small bit. Wait, it can be made of other things? Interesting. I don't think we have enough steel to do that, so... Oh, the heat wave is over. So we did good in letting those guests in. They might leave us gifts. And of course, they're always a good training for social. So we're going to have this bin made out of limestone. Yeah, it's fine there. And then we're going to take the small bins, also made out of limestone, 10 cell radius. So that is, it's good to have like in places. And do I want to put one in the storage room? Not feeling it. Let's put one in the prisoner's room. Just so it it can keep it clean for them. And we'll leave it at that for now. We can do more later. Oh, nature shrines and stuff. That is pretty cool. Not something we want, but pretty cool. We can also start dealing with the orbital trade beacon. Though we are going to need a comms console first, and we don't have the steel for it. Here's more compacted machinery. We are going to take it, obviously. But as I said, this is a good pattern to get all of it. Perfect. I do have priority miner, or whatever it's called. It makes it so pawns will prefer to mine the most expensive stuff first, if they're good enough miners for it. So yeah, Blade and Felix are good miners, and they're preferring to take the compacted machinery before they mine away at the rock. Which I think should really be a vanilla behavior, but you know, vanilla. Anyway, so we have this bin done, and it should slowly like start removing the filth. It is slow though, it's mostly a maintenance thing rather than something that will replace your cleaners, so don't expect it to. We are getting low on power though, so we might want to start getting another solar panel going. Though we definitely do not have enough... they didn't leave us a gift, but we do not have enough steel to deal with this. So I do think it's high time we start getting some more of it. And let's get this meteor gone from there. I prefer to get the structures and ship chunks before I mine into rock. To be honest, it's less labor for my pawns, so it gets done faster. At least that is the logic behind it. And speaking of logic behind things, we might as well get ourselves some steel traps going around here, and let any sappers that try to come through here screw themselves over on those. Alright, we have that one last corner to finish, because I didn't want anyone getting stuck there, and we can finally expand the entirety of the stockpile zone over to there. And I need to remove plants manually, because this mod makes it so plants stick around even if you build on them, which to be honest is really, really good. Okay, so the next building thing, I guess. I suppose I should finish these bedrooms, but no. I want to have a smithy, and making a smithy means deconstructing these things, first of all. And after they are deconstructed, we can make the walls and create a room like this. Now, a workshop with like little separate rooms for the ingredients would probably be better for social bonuses and then for the tool cabinet bonuses, but honestly I don't find that very appealing. I like my little workshop rooms individually. So I'm going to let them get to that, and perhaps bring you back once we're ready to get constructing. So we've cleared up the space over here, so it's time to start building. Now we have the walls to do, so that is the inner wall and a little bit of protection on the outer wall, and of course a steel door over here, because as usual, since it faces the patio, it should be steel. I'm going to go ahead with the planning and remove the inner floor plans. We do not need those. We have mostly slate for the floors. To be fair, I think that's probably fine. So we are going to go with slate tiles, not slate flagstone, because flagstone does not have beauty. It's mostly just a floor. So yeah, we do not want to go for it, but we do want to put some of it out here so that it, you know, becomes easier to walk over there. And of course we'll add this to the home area because we want it to be cleaned up at least once in a while. I'm gonna add this bin as well. Make sure everything we want to be in the home area is. Here we go, so this, definitely want this wall to be repaired if it's in the home area, same for these traps. Here we go, we can add another one over here and add that to the home area as well. Yeah, I think everything, no, here we go, Felix's bedroom is not in the home area and it should be. Now Muffalo is now sleeping in the hospital because I realized that he didn't have a bedroom, so we were gonna have to continue expanding that way, but for now we have this bit that is already almost done, so that is great. We are going to put a electric smelter here. So we get an electric smithy, and actually I think I want both the electric smithy here and the electric smelter, because they both have a similar purpose and both work with steel. So let's add a stockpile zone, small one, and it's going to be the preferred for steel slag chunks. That is good. So that is going to be the smelter input. Actually, I'm just gonna call it steel slag chunks. That will be the input for the smelter. Now the smithy, and I'll explain what this button does in a bit, is used to make simple stuff with mostly metals. So we're gonna have probably steel over here. Steel and wood seem to be the priorities over here. Mostly steel. Yes, I think I'll keep mostly steel here. And not... oh, the cotton plants are blighted. So we're going to pause the game and we're going to go here into our... where is the... here it is, harvesting stool. No, cut all blighted plants, there we go. And then we will ask Sage to go ahead and do that for us. But as I was explaining, this is mostly going to require steel. Everything else I think they can go get elsewhere. So we're going to make this one. We're gonna go with preferred for steel and plasteel as well. Yes, let's go with steel and plasteel, so that they get filled in, and then we can use those to make, you know, weapons and stuff. Over here we'll have a small output, going to be priority low. This is going to be the smithy output, obviously, and it's going to allow weapons and tools, all that stuff. Let's see, items? No. Weapons. I mean, clear all. Weapons, yes. And apparel, armor mostly. And the vest, because I think those are made here. Armor. Yeah, stuff like this that is made in the smithy. I think that is it that we want over there. I'm not completely sure. We have a quest available that I will take a look in just a bit. First, I do want to make power conduits over here and up to there, so that those things can work. And finally, we want a light. It's going to be over there, because it's that way it's not going to interfere with any of the furniture. Now, we could do armchairs. Does extra furniture have anything? The ergonomy, oh, that requires plasteel. Okay, fine. Now we will Not production furniture, we will do cloth armchairs. That is also fine. And they're pretty good for that. So why is there a simple animal prosthetic leg here? This really should be in the storage room, which should allow all except chunks and organic corpses, I suppose. Not foods. Well, it can allow foods, actually, because it has a lower priority than the freezer. Okay, so that should settle everything in. And even the slag chunks should go into where they're supposed to go. All others will be sitting around. Let's take a look at the quest that we just got. Dame Eugenia Theonicus of the Empire of Accusers is requesting that you build a monument to commemorate the shooting skills of her nephew. Apologies, I had to drink some water. The monument is 11 by 21, requires these resources. That's fine. Construction must be completed within 19 days of accepting the task, and you'll receive the rewards when you finish the construction. If the monument is destroyed, your relations will fall, and they're giving us some good stuff. So, one royal favor, which is decent. Oh, Roxy and Blade are fighting. What happened here? Oh no. Blade, no. Roxy openly insulted Blade's relationship status. This drove Blade into a rage and they began a fight. Oof, and it got savage with bites and flails and oh dear. That is very not okay, you two. Anyway, let's go back to that quest. We get an Eltex shirt, which is good for Michael's psychic sensitivity and heat, and a helmet that does a little bit of the same, and some uranium. Honestly, for the other ones, I don't think it's worthwhile, but for those two, I definitely do. So we are going to need more steel, obviously. We're always in need of steel. So let's deconstruct these walls over here. That will give us a little bit more of it. And we'll remove that one steel tile from the floor. We do have visitors, they're doing nicely. So that will get us some more steel, but not much. So let's select the steel walls here. We're going to destroy those as well. Are these? No, these are slate, not steel columns. So we're going to leave those alone for now. Anything like nearby that we could use? I don't think so. And we definitely exhausted the mountain here, so no steel or more components for us there, but if we need more, we can go into the mountain. For now, I think we are done with the components we needed. And have we kept some? Yeah, we have 13 left, so that's fine. We can definitely get that monument going. First, I would like to get this room completed. We need 6 more steel, that's fine. So the thing I'm going to do here is to have them smelt slag from chunks. And we are going to do until we have 200 steel in store, and we'll unpause at 50 because I don't want, you know, people like constantly having to do this. So this mod, the best mix mod, is better explained somewhere else, like over here. So for example, this is a stonecutter's table, basically. And imagine I didn't have refrigeration. Now, I can set best mix to prefer use things that are going to expire soon. And that way, my pawns, having several corpses to choose from, will pick the one that is going to be expired. Now, you can do that per build, that's what this icon here is. Or you can do it globally on the bench. I'm going to do globally because, well, it's Fletcher's table, you know. There's not much that we want from that. And let's add a cloth armchair there because we have the power. So, on the topic of the cooking bench, I think we should also do that. Where is item expiry? Just to use up the stuff that is going to be expired first, but you have other options. The tailoring bench is a good one for that. So for example, if I want to make dusters, I want them to protect us from the heat. So we're going to go with protect heat, I think. No, insulate heat. Yes, sorry, that's the thing. We have many things to choose from. I did find a bug in this mod that is already addressed at once, which was the beauty. One doesn't taking into account the made from value of marble and stuff. So I was very pleased with myself for that one. But yeah, you can go ahead and do that with the mod, and it's pretty cool, and it works well with better workbench management. It seems to have slight issues with pickup and haul, but honestly I haven't seen them, or if I have seen them, they weren't egregious enough for me to even note that they were there. So yeah, I am a fan of that mod. It is my highlight for the time being, and I do need more chunks brought in. What are these? These are slate chunks. Slate, slate, slate. We have so much slate. We need granite and limestone, so we're gonna have some of each brought in. And wow, they did short work of those ruins, huh? So we do have the slag to smelt, which means we are going to have a bunch of steel to make use of, and we can also make ourselves some armor, as well as obviously tools, which is what I really wanted the smithy for, but I won't set it up right now because we're running out of time. Instead, I am going to take a look at these. These are armor racks, and armor racks are great because they don't solve an issue, but they make it like pretty good. You see, the gear up and go button uses the better pawn management to change their current assigned outfits, makes them go equipped, and lets them go. So with the armor racks, I can set the armor rack to summon, so this one is Roxy, and now Roxy gets this button that says transfer to armor rack, which means that if she has armor on, in this case I think the flak vest counts as it. Actually, I'm going to have her do it just so she does something. No? Okay. She's not doing it because she probably didn't take anything from it. And it needs to be told to store things, you know, that makes some sense. Going to make them store armor, and this seems like pretty set to have you add pawns to it, so not leave it as generic but actually add pawns to it. It does show you what is equipped on the rack, and yeah, you can have your pawns go and transfer to and from the armor rack. So with a wedding between Garrett and Michael, we are out of time for this episode. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to click that like button, subscribe for more Rimworld, and if you would like to support what I do here, there is a link to my Patreon down in the description below. But until next time, please remember that here, there be dragons. Thank you so much to my patrons for making this channel possible. Click the Patreon logo to become one of these fine folk. And if you enjoyed the video, here are some more YouTube things you would like. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you next time.